And hello and welcome to this week's edition of Black Knights Weekly. Heath Trabue at Michie Stadium in Hoffman Press Box, which this year will celebrate its 10th football season. We have a great show lined up for you. Russell Payne is in the coach's corner. Volleyball tries their hand at teammate trivia, and we'll preview the weekend ahead in Army athletics. But first, let's take a closer look at Michie Stadium. Built in 1924, Michie Stadium has been the home of the Black Knights football program ever since. The field was officially dedicated to Earl Red Blake. Blake, the head coach of the Black Knights for their only 3 national titles, 1944, 1945, and 1946, had an overall record of 121, 33, and 10. Michie Stadium boasts a capacity over 41,000. The Black Knights have won over 300 games in Michie Stadium and is the 15th oldest stadium east of the Mississippi. And that's a closer look at Michie Stadium, where this Saturday the Army Black Knights host the Northern Illinois Huskies. Kickoff is at noon. You can catch the action live on CBS Sports Network. And now, let's take a closer look at one of the seniors playing in their final home opener, Nate Combs.
All right, my father's in the military, but he actually, like my whole life, kind of was like, I don't want you to go in the military and so forth. But once I reached high school, Coach Miller, he's part of Coach Brock's staff, came over and started recruiting me my junior year. He stopped by the house a couple times, and I was kind of interested, but not really. Came up for a junior day visit, and was still looking at other schools. And past signing day, I didn't know if I wanted to play football or not, but I was really looking into academics, and I wanted to, overachieve a little bit. And West Point's that place where you can do that with academics and football. So it was a happy medium, and I ended up here, and now I'm doing pretty well. After West Point, I'll be an infantry officer, go to Ranger School, do all that cool stuff, and see where that leads me. As of right now, my plan is to get out, go to grad school, and hopefully get my MBA at a top 5 school, post-grad school. So those are my plans right now. Family's long down the road right now. It's probably around age 40 or something like that. I guess seeing, we have so many speakers that come and talk to us, and I guess, their passion. When you get a public speaker, they're just speaking maybe for themselves or something else. But when you get, alumni, football alumni from West Point that comes and talks to the team, or the students, cadets, it could be anything. They're really passionate about what they say, and they really mean it. And they want to instill the ideas that they used to have into you and to help you grow as a person, which is that is pretty cool. And I guess like the connection, there's connections, through Facebook, it's unreal. You have all these guys saying good luck this weekend and stuff like that. Downrange, with deployments is a big deal now too. So it's pretty cool, to see how all those guys develop. And it's kind of interesting to see my good friend Andrew Rodriguez on the Michie Stadium now, so that's pretty cool too. So the transition was helping you grow into being that leader that you wanted to be as a senior. How do I like it now, and how am I? How do I utilize my leadership on the team right now? I'd say just lead by example. That's one of my big things. Make sure I'm the first guy in the locker room or the weight room, and the last guy off the field, or the last guy, off the weight room. That's a big thing for me, to make sure I'm right before I jump onto somebody else and attack them, because that's the worst type of leadership there is to me, is to somebody that's messing up and is jumping on somebody else.
And that's senior Nate Combs. When we come back, volleyball plays teammate trivia, and we catch up with head coach of the men's soccer team, Russell Payne.
Army takes on Northern Illinois on September 15th.
Coming up, volleyball tries their hand at teammate trivia, but first, I sit down with the head coach of the men's soccer team, Russell Payne. And now joined by the head coach of the men's soccer team here at West Point, Russell Payne. First off, Coach, you're a good player back in the days at Maryland. What kind of traits really kind of carry over for you as a coach versus when you were a player?
I think you bring with you the first and foremost the love for the game, the respect for the game, and then the competitive spirit. That's one thing that has never left, and I've always tried to bring with me when I with the players every day, and then you know obviously within the blueprint and the foundations of how to play and tactical awareness and things like that. But I think the competitive spirit and respect for the game are the first things that you bring, and you build from there.
In your third season now here with the military academy, a lot of young players on this team, specifically freshmen, sophomores, who contribute and play a good amount of minutes for you. What are kind of the good and bad things of having so many youngsters on the team?
I think there's a great amount of energy. There's a great amount of enthusiasm. There's a high level of work and output from all the players. But anytime you have a lot of younger players injected, you're going to get a little more of that. Some of the pitfalls of youthfulness is, the inexperienced part, not knowing and seeing a lot of the game situations, and then just getting used to the grind, the daily regimen of training and a couple games a week and going to class and having a lot of responsibilities throughout the day. Those things take a little time to settle into.
And obviously we're recording this a little ahead of time. This will be posted on Friday. That's the night you guys will be in California for Friday, Sunday. How do you kind of define success for this trip to Cali?
Success for us is always defined as the self-satisfaction of knowing that we did the best when our best was we did our best when our best was what was needed, and this weekend's no different. We want to get back to doing some of the things that we did well at the beginning of the season. And if we do those things, I think this team will be successful regardless. We always want to go on the road or be at home and play the way we're capable of playing. And if we do that, the results will come.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm DJ Fee.
And I'm Lauren Wood, and we're on the Army volleyball team.
And this is Teammate Trivia.
I'm kind of nervous because I feel like I know her so well, but you're just going to ask the wrong question, and it's just going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, I feel like everyone else's expectations are really high of us.
Yeah.
We're definitely feeling the pressure.
The pressure's on,
Pressure's
for
on.
sure.
I mean, this is a big deal.
You guys right? DJ?
Yes! Yay! Green, not! Yes, blue, color of the ocean, and my eyes.
My eyes or yours?
My eyes. You've said it. Perfect. Bob Wood, used to my class of 83, and Mary Wood.
Except the numbers wrong.
I got it right.
But the parents are right. I tricked you on this one.
I'm not gonna know this. I'm not gonna know this. Oh, I'm just gonna write something. Oh, I know.
No, you don't know. You don't know.
It is.
Nope.
You don't know what you
I
like.
tricked you.
You don't know what you want. You love Eminem.
I do love it, but that's not the one I put on the paper.
Ah. Yes, I love Kesha. Guilty pleasure. Am I right? Did I get it? The boss?
Pretty accurate.
Hairdresser? Gosh, I almost... You were so
What'd you
close.
put on it?
Makeup artist. You
Oh,
were
I
so
was gonna write
close.
cosmetologist.
Oh,
Dang it.
brilliant. Good job, though. Was I right?
I put doctor or marine biologist.
That's not even an area code. I don't even think that's real. Am I right?
Yeah, of course.
808.
Hear that 808. What's yours?
972.
Dang it.
You were
I
so
got
close.
one.
You did. You were 2 out of 3.
Oh my god.
Am I right?
You gotta pick one.
Oh.
Don't pick this. Oh no.
fiction. Is that a genre? It is now.
I was thinking on too many levels. I was trying to guess what she would guess that I would guess for her kind of thing. So I should have just been
Guessception.
a little more straight up. It would have been a little better.
I think
we did pretty well.
Yeah, I think if anything, I just overthought it.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't think about all the good times.
Yeah.
Historical fiction.
Memories.
Duh.
Right.
Silly.
Glad we ended on that one.
Yeah. We're still friends.
On the other side of the break, we preview the weekend ahead in Army athletics.
This is Scott Swanson, Director of Strength and Conditioning at West Point. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any exercise program. When working out, it's best to train large muscles and movements first and smaller movements and muscles second. Training large muscle groups, your thighs, hips, chest, and back, and the movements, clean, squat, bench press, pull up, will take a majority of your energy. Therefore, you need to train your large muscle groups first when you're at your strongest. Smaller muscles, biceps, triceps, forearms, should be trained after the large muscle groups. They don't require as much energy to train. Order of exercise really helps in your development. And that is your training tip of the week.
Hi, my name is Cadet Raymond Maples, junior running back on the Army football team. Just want to let you guys know that our home opener is this weekend, Saturday at noon against Northern Illinois. You guys should come out and support us against the Huskies. Go Army, beat NIU.
Lots of action around West Point as most teams are gearing up for Patriot League play. Here's your weekend preview. Just a pair of teams are home this weekend. Volleyball will host the West Point Challenge Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Coach Alma Cavacci on approaching Patriot League play.
We have had about 3 preseason tournaments so far, and every time we step on the court, we get better, and that's has been our motto and our goal. This weekend, I'd like for us to continue improving on that and making sure that our offense clicks. We've been lately, we have averaged about 17, 16, 17, 18 kills per game, and that has been very good for us and something that we focused on at the beginning of the season, and we're seeing the work done now. The efficiency is something we're going to continue working on, but overall, we need to be there as a team and compete for every point like it's the last point of the game, and that's what we're going to focus on this weekend, mostly focusing on ourselves.
Football welcomes NIU for their home opener Saturday at 12 p.m. at Michie Stadium. Coach Rich Ellerson on bouncing back after a tough loss at SDSU.
There's no easy way around it, but we just don't have time. We have to get over it. We have to get focused. We have to get right. We have to, as I say, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 times this week. Turn the scoreboard off, guys. Play. Relax and play. You know, we know what wins. You know, and we don't need to go out there and focus on the win-lose thing. We just need to go out and focus on the things that correlate with winning, the things that we practice and preach all the time, the things that make the game fun to play.
Away from West Point, women's tennis will spend the weekend in Stony Brook for the Stony Brook Invitational. Both soccer teams will head to California. The men's team will take on Cal State Northridge and Cal Poly. Here's head coach Russell Payne.
This weekend we go out to California to face two very strong opponents. Cal State Northridge first on Friday night. You know, they've got a great history and tradition out there of always being in the mix, always being an NCAA tournament caliber team. Cal Poly is the same, a little farther up north. Very good opponent, very strong fan base. They're known for having some of the largest crowds in college soccer over the years. Should be a great atmosphere for our boys to play in, and another very competitive atmosphere. You know, and ultimately we want to go in there. We want to do the things that we've trained and that we've done well over the first 5 games of the season, and from that we want to build into having a successful Patriot League campaign, and I think all of these games get us ready for that.
The women's soccer team takes on Cal State Fullerton in Long Beach State, and the cross-country team heads to the Bronx for the Iona Meet of Champions. That's Saturday at 9:30, and that's your weekend preview. And that's all we have for you on this edition of Black Knights Weekly. Until next time, go Army. beat Navy.